Now Henry Jones and a pretty little queen took a ride one day in a big limousine. The car kicked up and the engine wouldn't crank. There wasn't any gas in the gasoline tank.
The first time I left the trail at Haven Hill, a friend and I nearly tripped over our first big find. Off in the woods, far from any road or trail, are the remains of two crudely built log cabins. We're standing inside the lower cabin right now, which is in far better shape than the upper cabin. As you can see, these were built by stacking up small logs, nailing them together with iron nails, and then using a white mortar in between the logs, inside and outside, to make them waterproof and windproof. It doesn't look terribly comfortable, and it probably wasn't, but it wasn't terrible either. The cabins each had a hinged door, and there's even a few traces of paint left on the window frame. Each cabin is about 12 feet by 8.5 feet and cut into the hillside. It'd be nice to have an exact date for these cabins, but that's hard to find. Everyone's heard of radiocarbon dating, but 100 years old is really just too new for that technique, or any other radioisotope dating method really, and it's also destructive. Maybe we could do a tree ring dating analysis for a few of the larger remaining logs here, but that's also destructive. One of the things that's very important for both modern explorers and amateur archaeologists to remember is that while we can look and, in the case of very durable things like stone, metal, or concrete, even touch, we do have to be very careful to not move or damage anything. Fortunately, for this site, we actually had another option. At first, this looks like a steam engine sitting on end, but it's not. This is actually a well pump for Haven Hill. This is a Gould 971 pump. It's originally designed for small towns and is capable of 67 gallons per minute of water. By comparison, today's home pumps usually pump less than 10 gallons a minute. Originally, this pump would have been steam driven, and where you see this electric motor would have been two large pulleys, which you would have connected to a steam motor. They don't sell this model anymore, but fortunately, Gould still had a copy of their catalog. The pump ran fairly slowly, really, only about 25 to 30 strokes per minute. There's a lot of special things here at Haven Hill, but of all of them, this pump is my favorite artifact. There's still more to see underground though, so let's head up to the top of the hill. So about those legends, there's miles and miles of secret underground tunnels here at Haven Hill. They don't exist. We showed you a tunnel up at the lodge, but it wasn't very secret, and it was only about 50 feet long. That tunnel was used to move stuff in and out of the basement. The legend says you can get to them from the basement of the lodge. But this is all that's left of the basement, located under the south veranda. This survived only because it wasn't part of the original structure. But even here, at the far back end, the ladder just goes down into the dirt. So is there any actual evidence of another underground tunnel here at Haven Hill? Well, I've crawled under every building. I've opened every manhole cover I could find. I've been in every underground space on the entire estate. And I can tell you definitively that yes, there is evidence of one more tunnel.